Hey everyone, welcome to Mastermind Motivation Worldwide. It's Friday. How are you, Ryan?
I am doing awesome. How are you, Bo?
I'm good. Can you believe it's February already?
It's crazy,
It
crazy.
was Christmas yesterday. I miss it already. I had food poisoning on Christmas Day, so I don't miss that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another one. This is going to be a new feature for these. At the start of each month now, we're going to take your questions. And we've been requesting on our social medias, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and whatnot, questions that you want us to answer. And we've had some great questions. We've taken a few of them. And because time's quite restricted on here, we're just going to take our best ones and help you out. Please, though, don't feel disencouraged to ask on the live chat. We'd love to hear any questions you guys have on the live chat because we can answer them on the fly. And who knows where the wisdom will come from. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to act a bit more of the MC today, and I'm going to, because I made the question list and compiled it, I'll be asking the questions. So Ryan, let's hit the first one. We got a question here, and it says, how can I be more assertive in my life?
I think that is an awesome question because at one point or another, we all deal with this in life. And you know what I'm going to refer to first of all, because Bo and I will bounce back and forth on this one, okay? But the number one thing is you need to be comfortable with asking. You got to ask people. You know how Bo and I met, guys? He came to Devin Townsend Project Show in Nottingham. He came to the seminar, and that was the main thing that drew him there. Saw the seminar. We finished it. We did a 4-minute master's interview. And then what did Bo do right after the interview? He asked if he could watch Soundcheck. So many people would love to ask. They never do it. Okay. What is going to hurt you with asking for anything in your life? I was so blown away at how Bo asked to watch the Soundcheck that I couldn't refuse him. I was like, of course, you know what? You're a cool guy. We did a cool interview. Normally, we're not allowed to have people stick around and do Soundcheck. But you know what? When you ask, you always give yourself of getting ahead, being forward. You know what I mean? And this is it. That's one of the first steps I think you need to be in being assertive. Bo, what do you think, man?
You nailed it on the head. And I think it's really cool. You and I actually have the audio because I recorded our interview and we got rushed off to your sound check and I had the microphone pack still on me. And didn't turn it off. And a few days later, we found that conversation. So listening to it, that assertiveness was asked in becoming, I'm very comfortable in myself and I was in my element. And I think assertion comes from one of the big rules that Ryan and I talk about, and it's believing in yourself. I believe in myself. And if I'm going to ask something, it's because I want it. It's not because I could want it. And that assertion comes from my self-belief that I'm worthy. So by being worthy, you then feel you're worthy to ask for things. If you're a millionaire, you don't have any problem being assertive, asking for that McLaren or asking for that lobster. Why lobster? But you know what I mean? Whatever it is. Ryan, for instance, when you're a professional drummer and when it comes to getting endorsements, you don't shy away. There's an assertiveness towards seeking that. Am I right?
100%. And which leads me to the next thing that I think that's most important is you have to be straight up, guys. You have to be honest. Honesty is absolutely key. What do you honestly feel? And that's what I mean. It's not being honest to someone. What do you honestly feel? And that's what you got to put forth to anyone when it comes to being assertive. You know what I mean? You can't beat around the bush. Don't feed them a bunch of bullshit. Don't make a big smoke screen and try and hide around it. You got to be upfront and honest. The thing that I love with Bo and I, and here's, I'm not trying to put us on a pedestal here, but when Bo wants to get an interview with someone, if I want to go out and I want to, you know, get a specific endorsement or anything like that, I am straight up. I am honest. I'm going to tell them what's on my mind. That gives you confidence. It makes you feel comfortable with being assertive. And there's another email that I get. I've been getting a lot of emails, but anyways, being assertive it's so key to be honest. Okay. Learn to say no. Here's another thing. Just like asking, so many people are scared to be no. You want to be assertive? If you don't want to do something, don't be scared to say no. How many of us are scared to say no? I know a shitload of people are scared to say no. That's a great thing to, I know it sounds weird, but it's a great thing to practice to help you be more assertive, because it's harder to say no and a lot easier to say yes, even if you don't want to do it. So, and you know what? Another thing that I know Bo's great with this, but don't be afraid to express your opinion. Right, Bo? You do that all the time, man.
Well, I just read Jordan Peterson's new book, 12 Rules for Life. And one of his main rules, and he's done countless interviews recently, and they've summed up, if you could live by one rule, what would it be? And his number one rule is speak your truth. No matter what it is, be completely honest with not just who you're speaking to, but be honest with yourself. So speaking that truth, saying no when because you nailed it on the head, because I wanted to kind of cover both aspects. Asking for something is being assertive, but also saying no, this is my time, is being assertive. So I think, guys, if I'm not sure who asked that question, I hope that helps. We've covered the bases there, but it just comes down to honesty and self-belief. So we'll move on to the next awesome question. Ryan, I'm afraid you're going to take the lead on this. I'm in my mid-20s and I'm losing my hair. It's affecting my confidence. What can I do? The reason I want you to take the lead is you have a glorious, clear head of hair, but you're one of the most confident people that I know. And not only that, you rock it. And I think the person asking the question was just worried that they're going into the world of self-judgment because of Instagram and everything. So I think it's great, because young people have this problem where they lose their hair. So far away, Ryan.
Okay. This one, you know, it touches close to home for me. I choose to shave my head. I'm not losing my hair, but this is not what that's about. The most important thing that I'm going to say, you need to love who you are first and foremost. Okay. It is all about you. You have to love yourself before you can love others or any other thing. Put life in perspective. Look at your life. What are you grateful for? As soon as you start writing down all those things, I bet you're grateful for a shitload of things, man. And that's another thing. We lose perspective. We focus on the one thing. The next thing I'm going to say is we're not perfect. No one's perfect. You know what? I used to be 45 pounds overweight. I wasn't losing my hair, but you know what? You know how I felt at 45 pounds overweight? I didn't feel that great. You know what I mean? I was dealing with the same things, but I loved myself. I knew that there were different things that I could do, that I could focus on, that would make me realize that, holy shit, really, is this the end of the world? You can rock losing your hair just as well as I can rock losing 45 pounds or even gaining 45 pounds. That confidence was still there. You got to love yourself. And that's what it will always come back to. Man, there are a lot worse things in life. And there's so much more that you can be grateful for in your life. And you can be grateful for this supposed hair loss. You know what? I don't know. I shaved my head, man. Looks pretty badass. I bet you could rock the same thing, man. There's always a solution that will make you happy. You just got to dig down. You got to look for the positive, ignore the negative, and move forward. And that's what I truly believe. And in the tough times in my life where I've dealt with weight issues or whatever it may have been, these are the steps and principles that I've always followed. And I know, Bo, same thing with you for weight, actually. You know, there was a time in your life where you said you're a little bit chubby, you know, and I saw the pictures you showed them.
A chunky monkey. I have no problem. I you know what? The coolest thing about doing that is like getting the reward early, because when you get into shape, like right now, even though I've torn this bloody shoulder, I'm in the best shape I've been in my life. And not only that, by looking great, I feel great. And no matter, like, as this guy's asking about hair loss or whatever it is, you can always be the best version of yourself. And Ryan hit on such an amazing thing there. Also, like, if you are losing your hair, just rock it. Like, you can shave your head and you can look badass. If you've not met Ryan in real life, he's a badass guy. It's like he's leading a small leprechaun around when he's walking with me.
Nah. It's the team, man. It's the team.
It's awesome to see, though. But no matter what it is, it's your thing to get over. Because you know what? There's a great phrase I heard a while ago. It's when you're in your kind of young ages, you start to you care what everyone thinks about you. Then you hit middle age, and then you don't care what people think about you. Then you actually hit old age, and you realize no one actually thought about you anyway. So what that means is this is all in your head. So just once you get over it yourself and you go out there and you be the best version of yourself, no one's going to care what you look like. If you're overweight, you can lose some weight. If you're worried about hair loss, either rock it as it is or shave your head. If it's anything, you can be the best version of yourself. And there's always room for improvement. And that's the great thing about life. As soon as you get to the next level, just keep on going.
And here's the thing too. Let's not forget this. If you're being the best version of yourself, you gain confidence. As soon as you gain confidence, guess what? Everyone sees that confidence in you. And then they're like, holy shit, what's this guy doing different? Why is he so, awesome? Why is he so confident? I'd love to be like that. And it doesn't matter if you're overweight. It doesn't matter if you're in shape. It doesn't matter if you're losing your hair. If you purposely shave your head, people will recognize you for being the best version of yourself because you have that confidence and everyone will see it. And you don't need to explain shit to anyone at that point. So just focus on you. Love yourself, man. There's a lot to love. Trust me. We've all been through hard times, but every single one of us, we can find so much to love about ourselves. And that just helps you love other things, other people, and your life in general.
Boom. Knowledge. The cool thing about this as well is Ryan and I have not discussed these questions before we went in. We knew what the questions were going to be ballpark. So what you're hearing here is our honest, complete opinions that are not off the cuff, but what we actually believe. So I feel very privileged to be working with someone like you, Ryan, who we share a very similar vein of thought.
Likewise, man. That's why we're doing this.
Okay, guys, by the way, I am reading the questions in the chat. Keep asking. We will get to them because I'm going to blitz through the next two and then we're going to go over to the live chat. But just quickly shout out. Thanks to everyone who's on there. We got, hi, Lily. Lily is very excited to see you again, Ryan. Awesome. We got Tracy, we got Ida, we got Shadow, loads of people. So let's keep going, guys. The next one is we'll throw back into health and fitness, or are we going to go? No, we're going to go this way first. We're going to go, are vision boards effective? And is there a right way to do them?
Wow. I love this question. I'm a fan of the board. I was using vision boards before I even knew what a vision board was. I would draw my drum kit when I was young, and it just would be very vague, okay? And I knew exactly what I wanted. It was a bird's eye view, and it was just of the drum kit. It didn't have any names attached to it. It wasn't Sabian. It wasn't Sonar. It wasn't Regal Tip. But it inspired me. It motivated me to get up every single day and work towards that goal. And that's how I found vision boards to be effective. And when I found out what they were many, many years later, it's something that I look at every single day. It's beside my computer. Every morning when I wake up, I have my morning coffee. I look at my vision board. It keeps me on track, and I know exactly what I'm going for in my life. You have to implement them. Now, just some advice on a vision board very quickly. When you're doing a vision board, make sure that the pictures that you put up, the statements or whatever, they're vague. It can't be attaching yourself to the details, okay? If you really wanted a red Ferrari and it's a specific model and the interior is beige leather and you're putting up a picture, you're leaving out so much. You're going like this. You're going, okay, it's a red Ferrari and it has to have beige interior and yeah, another email. And then, you know what? Sorry about that, guys. And then you just keep on adding all the specifics. You leave it to this, okay? You don't want to leave out everything that the universe can do for you. Make it vague, put it out there. Keep yourself inspired and motivated. Leave the options open because you know what? You could end up with a Lamborghini that's red with beige interior instead, But as long as you're moving towards that and your focus is on what your dream and your vision is, vision boards are super efficient. And man, I'm telling you, with the career that I have and I continue to do, I'm achieving some great things, and the vision board is an incredible tool. And I know for sure, Bo and I have talked about this lots, that Bo uses vision boards and he uses it in his own way, which is really cool as well. Take it away, Bo.
For me, what I found, I got great advice recently about vision boards and whatnot. And coming into the new year, there's always a lot of publicity about them. You want to start your year right and whatnot. Something that I found that helps me is a lot of people will say you get your cork board and you take your picture of what you want and you want your certain house and whatnot. And The Secret publicized that quite a lot. So for me, what's worked, and I think it's going to help a lot of people, and it really ties in with what Ryan's saying, because if you're going to be visually constricting yourself, you're literally cutting off 359 degrees of the pie, and there's so much to gain from it. Is if you're drawn to something through feeling, through heart, something that excites you, but you don't know why, stick it on your vision board, because that feeling will attract that feeling. Because here's the thing. If you have something that excites you and you put it out there, and it's the excitement that you're attracting into your life, I promise you, God, Tao, the universe, whatever you want to call it, will match what needs to be the requirements in your life to feel that level. So if it is your red Ferrari, well, you know what? To get that level of excitement, the universe might line up 2 red Ferraris. Who knows? One for you and your girl to go racing around the streets. So for me, it's finding something that gives me a feeling. I put it on there, and it's that feeling I'm trying to bring into my life, be it a feeling of excitement, being a feeling of comfort, stability, love, happiness. It can be anything, and that really helps. And I think that definitely reiterates what Ryan's saying, is going, okay, well, I'm going to live at number 98 on Smith Street, and it has to be this house, but if 96 comes up, I'm not going to live there. Why cut yourself off?
Guys, that is some incredible advice to add what I was saying. And that's what I mean. Like, Bo and I, we have very similar visions, and that's why we work together and why we have really big visions together. But within the same breath, we're always learning from each other. And it's not that I didn't know that, but there's another reminder of, yes, that's a very important thing. When you actually visualize, you should feel it. You should smell it. You know, you should see it as it's going to be, you know, as if you're already there. And putting feeling into something before you attach it to your vision board, that's absolutely amazing advice. So listen to that and definitely add that to it as well.
Just before we go to the next question, Dan Matthews, not just a shout out, a major shout out from Bart Manor in Skeggy Farm, England. Hello, Dan. It's rare we get these major shout outs. And also tying into the vision board question, Ed is writing, when you're out and about and away from your vision board and notes, what kind of reminders do you use to keep on track and keep your thoughts on track?
Oh, that's great. You know what I do, man? I don't have my phone here. Darn. Okay. On my phone, I took a picture of my vision board. I'm not lying. Sometimes there's lots of days where I go out and I haven't looked at my vision board. You know, there's tons of days where that happens. You're busy, you get up, you have an appointment early. I have a photo of my updated vision board on my phone. If I'm waiting for a meeting or something, I'm in there, I'll pull it up. It's always findable on my phone. I'll look at it. I'll go, yep, that's it, and I'll move on. You know, the other thing too is you look for things. I know, for example, Bo has great stories that we always talk about. I have a Volkswagen GTI that I love. He loves the Volkswagen R. And, well, I think this ties into that question, right, Bo? I'll let you take it away. This is a great story.
It's where I don't know, it's in a way, my vision board follows me. Because whenever I go, there are 2 things in the world, and I'm not going to celebrity drop names, but I'm going to. 2 things follow me around life that show me that I'm on the right track. Of R, very close to where I am, and it's always in an exotic color, something that I dream, and it always drives by at the right time when I'm thinking something, and it reminds me. In a way, it's like the reverse. The universe is reminding me to remind the vision board. It's not me outwardly doing it. The other one is every single time I go out, this sounds so snobby. Every time I go out and something amazing is about to happen, either Tom Hardy or Chris Hemsworth is outside my house, or they're walking down by the cafe where I am or something, and you bump into them. And then a few hours later, something amazing happens. The day, I think, before I met you, Ryan, I bumped into Tom Hardy in Richmond in London and chatted for a little bit and went away. And I was like, something good's going to happen. I don't know what it is. And then you just allow it. You go, it's the universe kind of giving you. And for me, my signs are Tom Hardy, Chris Hemsworth, and Golf R's. I don't know why, but it's that reminding me that I'm on course. So sounded like a dick name dropping, but it's true. Also, where I live, everyone lives here.
But the great thing about that, guys, is you can find things in public. You can recognize things. Be aware of your surroundings. That's what we're trying to get through with this message. Is sometimes, yeah, you can put it on your phone. So when you're out and about, you're looking at your phone and you're looking at your vision board, and boom, there goes a Ferrari. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Maybe there's a house that, wow, that's a 3-level house that I definitely want to own in a year, or whatever it is. It makes you aware. And when you're aware, more things come to you. When you're more open-minded, more things are going to come to you. So being aware when you're out in public and looking for these things that you have on your vision board or you want in your life are very important. Bo and I both do that all the time.
Boom. We could talk about this for hours, but we're going to go to the next question just before we go to the live. And the last question of the day from the preset questions was, when should I change my workout routine? So we're going back into health and fitness now. Okay.
I just got back from the gym, actually. And it's funny. I did change my routine this week because here's the best advice I can give you. You start to plateau with the strength. When you're doing exercise over and over and over, you'll feel that plateau. I find for me, and this is different for everyone, but it's usually within this time frame, 6 to 8 weeks is when I will change up my program. Now, if you look at Beachbody programs, or if you go to personal trainer programs and something, anything like that, you're going to find that when you talk to all these people, 6 to 8 weeks is how long those videos usually are. You know, maybe they'll max out at 90 days like P90X or something like that. Most personal trainers are like, well, we're going to keep you on this for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and then we're going to change up. We're going to introduce muscle confusion and all this stuff. That's how it's worked for me. I like to change it up anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks because I'm confusing my muscles. You will plateau if you keep on doing the same thing, and you'll feel that. When you plateau, move on to different exercises. You know what? If it's, for example, biceps and you're just plateauing at that, maybe put a little more focus when you change your routine. There'll still be biceps in there. Maybe your focus will end up being a little bit more on chest and shoulders or something like that. You're giving your biceps a rest. We always say how important rest days are. Well, you know what? Including rest for the programs that you do, that's just as important. You can't just pushing. You know, you got to give things time to rest. So that's what I do, 6 to 8 weeks, and then I change it up. And it's been working awesome for me. I always stay in great shape. I'm able to tour nonstop, play 3-hour shows. I'm 45 years old, and it's not a problem. And I actually commend a lot of that to changing up my routine and keeping things fresh.
I can't really add to that. All I can say is Beachbody tells me when to change.
They're great at it though, right?
But it's true. One of the things about working out is if you're floating around a gym and you're just, okay, I'm going to do this and that, unless you have disciplined structure, you're not going to get the benefits. And the benefits just aren't muscle growth. It's your health. It's your well-being. It's the things that you transfer into other aspects of your life. So for me, I've been a huge Beachbody. Like Ryan and I's good friend is Sagi Kalev, the Beast, like one of the top Beachbody people. And all their courses they're running from 90 days, 60 days. And even they say at the end of that, then take a week off and then start the next one. So you can do Body Beast, then you can go into T25, then you can go to Hammer and Chisel, you can go to Shift Shot, whatever it is. And not only that, once you finish, you get back into it, depending on what your goals are. And that's also knowing what your goal is. And then just follow the program. The program, like they weren't written by monkeys. Actual professionals wrote the program out for you to follow because that will give you the best results. And if you think you know better than them, then by all means, go and do your wandering around the gym and whatever you believe is going to work. But I can assure you, people who have knowledge that you don't are giving it to you, saying this is the program. Try this out. Stick to this. Also, as important as changing your routine, stick to your diet and stick to your rest weeks, and you will see the results. And if you go, like, we're not advocates, we're not sponsored or anything, but when I find something that I really believe in, I want everyone to know about it. You go and look at the results on their websites. They're not Photoshops. They're incredible. And the support that the community gives them for achieving their goals. You got people who thought in a million years they couldn't even walk up a flight of stairs. without losing their breath, and now they're running Ironman triathlons and all this. So for me, following a strict program and knowing what I'm doing and doing it even when I hate doing it, because there are days I wake up and I'm like, oh, Shaun T is going to shout at me again because I have to do 25 minutes of hell. That's exactly what I need on the hardest day of my work. No, I'm going to do it, because there's a great phrase, like, no one has ever done a hard workout and gone, damn, I wish I didn't do that.
Exactly.
So that would be my advice. Exactly what Ryan said. He's nailed it. 6 to 8 weeks, 90 days, 60 days, keep changing it up, get muscle growth, confuse your muscles, switch between machines, weights, the usual. So guys, that is some of the pre-sent in questions. I'm just going to scan the board here because we are, I've got a few minutes left. Question here. How do you get the right answer out fast and think on your feet?
You know what? It's simple for me. Honest. What do you honestly feel? It's like, if you have to think about something because you're scared of how you're going to talk to someone, or you know, oh my God, I might offend them or whatever, then you're doing an injustice and you're being dishonest right off the bat. You shouldn't need to think about this. You need to be honest, and you just come out and you say it. It would be crazy if Bo and I were giving advice to people and researching this shit. Are you kidding me? You know what? We're basing all of our answers off experiences that we have experienced on our own in this life. And I will always give my honest opinion on what has worked for me. So when something comes up, the first thing I'm going to do is, well, how do I honestly feel about this? And this is how I feel. And this is my answer. And this is what's worked for me. And that's what's got me to where I am today through the experiences that I've experienced. And I hope this can help you. So there's my answer on that.
You nailed it. And I think to use an example, what we're doing now, and also the concept of right, we're just speaking our truth. We're saying what we believe, what's worked for us, and we're saying it off the cuff. And that in itself is showing we're just thinking on our feet. And it's the honesty. Just be as honest as you can. As soon as you start going, I need to speak and say my point to create a version of myself that you might like. No, fuck that. Just be yourself, be honest. And you'll start, the more you do it, it's going to you're going to get into a rhythm and you're going to realize who you truly are. And so you speak from the heart no matter what. And that's one of the great things when Ryan and I are doing seminars, we can have any question and never once have we gone, can you just wait 1 second? I need to look on my iPhone how to do that. It's never happened because we believe what we teach. Also, we're not afraid to say, I don't know. Thanks. I've got to think about that one. That's another true thing. Do you think?
100%. You know what? I'm learning every single day. I'm learning. I've been stumped before, man. And there's other times where, believe it or not, you'll get stumped with a question. And what will happen is you have to dig down even deeper. You know, sometimes you have to go into dark places to truly answer those questions. And at the position Bo and I are in, doing these seminars around the world and all this stuff, I've had to dig down deep. You know, it's like I won't tell the story, but a lot of people who have been to my seminars know the story about my cousin Chris. And the question got brought up to me in Australia. And, you know, the question was, you know, how can you be grateful for something that comes out of death? And I was stumped. And I told him I stumped, but then I paused for a second because I knew what the answer was. I'm like, you know what? If I can tell this story and get through to these people so they can understand, I can help someone here. And obviously that's why they're asking the question. So I told the story, and now I include it in my seminars, and it has helped hundreds of people. I get so many comments about that all the time at the end of my seminars. And you know what? It's all right to be stumped, guys. We are not perfect. You need to learn every single day. If you're the smartest guy in the room, then there's something fucking wrong with that, man. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be the guy who's consistently learning. But you know, that's how I feel. Like, hey, I know you get stumped all the time too, right, Bo? It's like, how do you?
Some of the people that I talk to, like, I'm talking to some of the greatest minds in the world, and they ask me a question. I'm like, oh, but the honesty part of me will just go with it and say, yeah, you are out of my league, buddy. Like, that is something that I need to get acquired with. Like, when you're speaking to like clinical psychologists and whatnot, and they're throwing huge words at you, you just go, yeah, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. But you know what? I embrace it and I make it laugh. And also, I don't mind laughing at myself, so who gives a crap?
Exactly. That's a great point, man. Don't be scared to laugh at yourself. You know.
All right, we got two last ones here. One's a question, and one is probably one of the most fun statements I've read on here, which is brilliant. The visualization of it is amazing. But first, before we go, we got a question here, and this is a fun one, Ryan. So what is next for MMW, and are we going to see us two live?
Oh, hell yeah. You know, that's the plan. MMW has a lot of plans right now. Bo, Catherine, and I have grandiose visions and ideas that we are putting into action as we speak. Okay. One of the biggest and most important things is getting Bo and I on stage together live. 100%. That's one of the biggest visions, if not the biggest. And we've already done it once with Mr. Sagi Kalev in Houston, Texas, and it was awesome. And what a great experience. And it just shows that, you know, we'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. But yes, the future of MMW is bright. To be honest, we don't want to give everything away right now. But one thing that I will say is expect some amazing things that can help, fuck it, I'm going to say it, millions of people around the world, because that's how I feel. I dream big, man. And that's it. That's how I feel. The most important thing, though, is getting Bo and I on stage. That's pretty crucial. That's what we're aiming to do ASAP. But you know, Bo, like, what else can we really add to it, right? Like,
I can say, the only thing I can say is you will see us live in 2018. I know that. Everything else, though, we have approached this concept of Mastermind Motivation Worldwide as a visionary product to be something that has never been done before.
Yes.
And also something that was one of Ryan's most popular posts last year, very important. It's better to tell people what you've done and what you did than what you're doing. And I can assure you there is so much going on in my life and in Ryan's life that is building something fucking incredible, but we're not going to tell you. We're going to let it wait, because when it does come out and you come to these seminars and you see the content that we're going to be producing, you're going to be very glad you waited. So that's all I'm going to say on that. But yes, I can probably guarantee you're going to see us in 2018 on stage somewhere around the world.
100%. I like the world. That's the way to look at it, guys. But yeah, well said, Bo, and 100%. I can't add anything else to that. Just stay posted, be prepared. Check out our live feeds every week. Check out Foreman and Masters, RVP, Health, Body, and Mind. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on, guys, and we're keeping super busy. But in the end, you know what it's for? It's for all of you. So tell everyone, subscribe to the YouTube page, spread the word. There's a lot of big stuff coming down the tube, and we're busting our asses behind the scenes to make it happen. That's where it's at. So let's hear this statement.
But I'm going to end on the statement because it's so random, but I love it. Yeah, guys, you got to subscribe to this channel, because by subscribing, you get the notifications. You're going to take something away from here that you like, and you can share it with people. Also, if you want to, and I know it's not mine, however, I support Ryan in everything I do, sign up to rvpmotivation.com and get Ryan's 4-5s newsletter every Friday, because a lot of the information that we do in Mastermind Motivation gets put in some of his segments. It's Ryan's weekly newsletter where he talks about what he's doing, things that are inspiring him and whatnot. And because Ryan and I are we're kind of joint lives, you'll get a lot of insights into what we're doing as a whole. So sign up to that. You also get his free 9 Steps to Living a Life of Purpose ebook. So Ryan did not ask me to say this, and he's probably wondering why I'm talking about it, but it's just the truth. It's the way it is.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And guys, we're a team. That's where it's at. So I want to hear this statement.
So I'm just trawling through the chat. I had to mute one because some guy was talking about jizzing in his pants or something. It's just weird. But I'm just trying to understand this one, and I think if it works for you, fantastic. And I'm going to try and take this away from me. But guys, I'm going to leave you with this statement. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been awesome seeing all you guys on here. It's been one of our most successful ones in the interaction. Thank you, everyone who asked a question. Keep asking questions. We're going to do this every single start of the month. So the statement was Joel Knight. Joel Knight had a question. I think it was a question. And it says, when you visualize all your visionary concepts, Do you often imagine yourself swimming faster than a shark? This simple idea always gets me going because I love gardening and it's all I want to do. I don't know what's happening.
All I'm going to say is profound. Profound.
Whatever you're smoking, send it this way, brother. Have a great weekend, guys. It's the weekend. You've all earned it. Have a wonderful one. Please share this video, like this channel, subscribe. So from me, thank you very much.
And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We love doing this. And yeah, it's only getting bigger and bigger. Subscribe, spread the word. Let's change the world together. Have a great weekend.